Hello fellow Helldivers, Thornton here, and with the big update just a few days away, us knowing about a new war bond, today we're going to be talking about, well, other than the Illuminate invasion, are we going to see other big content coming? And there's a good chance Cyberstan is going to be a big part of the upcoming story, so we're going to go over everything about the invasion of that homeworld. But without further ado, let's get into it. So some pretty interesting stuff has been going on behind the scenes with Helldivers 2 before we get the brand new update. For instance, the new Super Citizen edition of the game is actually removed. You are no longer able to purchase it. It could be the fact that they're going to go ahead and change the fact that it comes with a free war bond to 1,000 super credits or so on and so forth. But there was also on the change list some modifications, such as the fact that they added 2 new descriptors. One was for gore and violence, and another one was for new upcoming content, meaning that they are getting ready to go ahead and launch the new thing. That being said, we know that there's going to be an Illuminate invasion, probably having to do with Widow's Harbor, but because this is going to be going on over the summer break, which Arrowhead is probably going to be diving into, there's going to be a lot more storylines, and what I think is going to end up happening is, well, Cyberstan is going to be the revenge of the Helldivers. So let's go ahead and talk about what we know about Cyberstan so far. The automatons are going to continue to get worse and worse, as Ironsights did let us know that Cyberstan does seem to be the next place we're going to be going to very near in the future. Now, in case you don't know, this is going to be the banner right here of the planet. It shows new Cyberstan, and Ironsights gave us a little bit of information on the new planet. He said the banner is likely a placeholder for the actual new Cyberstan biome. It is said to be some sort of forest. Some of the values make the planet look like Super Earth, but this is also a placeholder. And in case you didn't know, Cyberstan is listed as the homeworld of the automatons in the API, so this is going to be when we finally bring our assault there after the creek at some point. And that being said, it's going to introduce a ton of new enemies, unlike anything we've seen before. If you thought the flame troopers and the jetpacks were hard enough, it's going to get much worse. There's a new mech assault strider which has been popping up in the files more and more. This is the most current look of it right here. It's an absolutely massive unit. I think it's a little bit bigger than a Hulk, and it's going to give us a lot of problems, but the biggest thing is, well, there's probably going to be the Iron Legion. In fact, in the game files, it says once the stronghold of the cyborg traders, new Cyberstan is now ruled by the Automaton Legion. Advisory: everyone who's ventured into the region has now been forcibly converted into a cybernetic slave and sent back with orders to murder those that they love. And we actually know about 4 different units that are going to come with the Iron Legion when we eventually come to new Cyberstan. There will be the Assault Division right here. It says to expect shock troopers that close the distance fast, which might actually be, you know, a bit of a precursor with the Jetpack Brigade. But along with that, there's something called the Phalanx. The Automaton Phalanx Division operates here. Expect suppressive fire and standoff weapons. If you don't know what a Phalanx is, it's an ancient Greek war strategy. So obviously this will be pretty interesting when this comes in. The hardest one though is going to be the Panzer Division, in my opinion. The Automaton Panzer Division operates here. Expect more armored enemies, so big bulking units, but Panzer is actually a type of tank, and I wonder if we're going to see more tank units be brought in for the automatons alongside this, and hopefully we get that Bastion anti-tank weapon slash vehicle very soon. That would be a ton of fun. It's been in the game files, and we kind of need more vehicles. The FRV is absolutely fantastic, but I want to go ahead and start seeing new stuff added in. And we know this is the Iron Legion because it says the dark and dastardly stronghold of the Automaton Legion, and that's all tied into Cyberstan, and it looks like more and more stuff is going to go ahead and be added into the game files, and it might actually be the first homeworld of an enemy faction that we face. We haven't seen the Terminids yet, and we know a little bit about the Illuminate. We haven't even gotten any new enemy units for the Illuminate, so that probably is going to be a while before we see that. All that being said, that's what you guys be expecting with new Cyberstan, new enemy types, and what happens with Malevelon Creek. Hopefully we go ahead and start knocking out some of these major orders in the very near future. But we're going to go ahead and jump into community clips now. Don't forget to submit your own to me at Thornton Smash on Twitter, but without further ado, let's roll it.
Requesting air support. Reloading. Sending in an eagle. Log outpost. Reloading. Hellbomb arm. Clear the area. Dropping item. Ah! Activating jump pack. Stand by for takeoff. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Package acquired. Dropping package. Southeast, 50 meters.
Let me know down below, what are your guys' thoughts about invading Cyberstan? Do you think it would be a fun gameplay area to go to, or are you more focused on the Illuminate coming to Super Earth? Also, don't forget to check out this video right here where I cover more news on Helldivers 2 on the daily, and until next time everyone, thanks for stopping by. Keep spreading managed democracy.